morning, Patreon subscribers. It's early today, so obviously things are going to change by London Open. And we've also got a fairly poor failure rate on our sheet, but that's because it's still waiting for the trap to be set. Note that the dollar is currently paying the retail guys. Okay, so they shorted it and their price is going with them. So that would be unusual. If they sell the dollar, we should see price perform well. So there's a trap in place on the dollar. So that's a little bit of context for you guys. Okay, so Spectre should see a reversal in the USD, and we should see dollar strength because of the fact they shorted it. Okay, and so with gold, we're currently, well, we're seeing the profitable traders, they've bought some time ago and they've held on and they've done very well. We are sideways, and I think what will happen is that one of these SLCs are going to get probed. 1881, 1867. One above is a bit larger. We are a buy, and these better volume candles give us a big indication. And so there's a buying volume candle here. So if we go above this wick, it's going to be quite bullish. But then that's where the SLC is. So it could be job done. It might be a nice place to go long, potentially, if that SLC wasn't there, but it is. Potentially there is one there at 1900. So that would make sense. Psychological round number and a big liquidity target. So maybe entertain a long to target the SLC above if they move their stops higher. Profitable traders are buying, and that's based on this bullish better volumes here. So there's lots of institutional buying volume on that candle. Okay, and note that it's the 15-minute chart. You might want to use the hourly chart. It's up to you. And so dollar Swiss, these are your targets. ATR long, ATR short. They are long, so we should really be falling. So SLC one above is 92.27, one below is at 91.60, and daily open, weekly open. So fairly bearish below the weekly open. We go below the daily open. Looks like we're probably going to get that ATR target, or maybe even the SLC, but we should be falling. All right, and there's your monthly pivot there as well. Look at dollar yen, and 132.10 is an important level. Well, you'd know that was an important level because of yesterday's video on the pitchforks. So 132.10 is a very, very key level. This is your monthly pivot. We are currently a buy because we're below 50%. One above is at 132.64, 131.20. There's your monthly pivot, like I say. So one below is larger. So maybe there, 50 pips away, well, 58 pips away. And it's probably gonna get the one below because we've got monthly pivot, haven't we? And we want to target support when we're below monthly pivot. So that's going to be the target, 128.34. Okay, and we've got a lot of time left of the month before we get there. So it might just be a gradual decline potentially, and the yields as well. They fell for most part, but the 3-month spiked. So this is sensitive to the 10-year yield. So have a look at the this website, Bloomberg, then look at that and look at the 10-year. Okay, and if that spikes, then that's going to cause UJ to spike. EU, where are we? There we are. And so we pumped from support. So there's MS1 to the dot, and they really did sell it, and they're continuing to short, aren't they? It looks like they're continuing. One above is at 107.60, and one below is 107.05. There's your weekly target for a long. So from an ATR perspective, you could reduce risk, but if we're using the monthly pivot to resistance, that's where it would be a much better short up there, and that's going to rinse out a lot of stops on the way up as well. So that could be a good short at 108.26. So there's your SLCs. They're quite close. Likely they're going to get probed because we've got the PAL speech and CPI as well. So it might want to come down. Remember last week we did that horrible move and we took out those stops? It might want to do something similar just to take out some stops before the next leg up. till MR1. So maybe like that, if that makes sense. Liquidity, probe, technical resistance, then we can actually short with some confidence that stops have been taken out. GU, now the sentiment was very skewed on this. See if they changed their mind. They had shorted it a lot. It looks like they continue to hold. There's your monthly pivot, so that's really important. 121.73. Look where we are. One above is at 122.10. One below is at 121.46. It's all about your monthly pivot. So if you've got pound exposure, it's really important to just check that level. We are right on it now. We're using it as a support by a couple of pips. So obviously, if you're trading this one, do maybe keep an eye on the euro pound as well. And I put a chart in the euro channel, so have a look at that. And we have got some resistance overhead on the daily time frame for EG. So because of that, this might do okay. Okay, because this is sensitive to the correlation with the euro pound. And if the euro pound's got resistance overhead, then the pound can do fairly well. So it's all down to the dollar and how the dollar performs. We are going to be a little bit whipsaw because of the monthly pivot, and we've got the Powell speech as well. So that'll be interesting. You could maybe look for like a bullish candle above MP and then use MP as a support, or as a resistance if we go below, to target the SLC. Not that far away. That's not far away either. So be careful, but you got your level of interest, which is sitting on right now, and I guess that's it. We'll wrap up, I guess. So we've done this one, haven't we? So yeah, we'll just wrap up and be careful with our trade of the day because it's sensitive to risk on, risk off flows. If we do pump on risk appetite, our trade of the day won't do particularly well. But if we fall and we puke on risk, then it's going to do well. Okay, so that's just something that we need to remember, is to check the risk on or off flows, and we can check that in Discord by looking at the VIX. So if we're green, it's going to be risk off. If we're red, we're going to be risk on. All right, so that's a very easy, quick way of knowing if we're going to be risk on or off. Just check the VIX and check the color. All right, so it's very, very simple. And I wish you a good day. I'll speak to you guys soon.